Shanti Divyestavaihi Vedai Sangapadakramopanishadaihi Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyana Vastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginaha Yasyantam Navidusura Suraganaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha. As you are chanting these words in Sanskrit, that is fine. In case you don't remember the Sanskrit, remember it in English or whichever language you like. That to him or to that, my namaskar, I prostrate, whom all the deities worship. As in the background of your Upanishadic studies, the devatas means all your sense organs. Mind, Indra, Indriyanam Raja, Indra. So all the sense organs, mind, to whom it falls. In a micro way, sense organs. In macro way, deities. Again, whose glory all the Vedas sing. That is yourself, call it God, call it truth. Then to whom all the yogis in their meditation always aware of themselves. To that whose beginning and end is unknown, the denizens here or in the hereafter, heaven or in earth. Meaning nobody knows its beginning and end. To that self. The moment you remember, in that surrender itself, in that remembrance, your individuality automatically swallowed up, sacrificed. That is why it's not a monotonous repetition of some fancy Sanskrit words. Every word has a vision, it's a meaning. As you chant, you see. And if you see the meaning of it, you can associate it with your language, whichever you like, English, Spanish, German, Italian, Oriya, Hindi, Tamil, it just doesn't matter. Thereafter, languages make no difference. You see it for yourself. And now we shall go into the text where Arjuna is going through conflict. Just read it, we shall discuss it. Yes. Read his lines. Arjuna vache drishtve swajanam Krishna yutsum samupasthitam sidanti mama gatrani mukham cha parishusyati vepathuscha sharire me romaharshasya jayate Gandivam sransate hastat tvakchaiva paridahyate nacha shaknomyavasthatum brahmativa cha me manah nimittani cha pashyami viparitani keshava nacha shreyo nupashyami hatva svajanamahave nakangshe vijayam krishna nacha rajyam sukhani cha kimno rajyena govinda kim bhogirjivitena vam yeshamarthe kankshito naha rajyam bhoga sukhani cha taimeva sthita yuddhe pranan styaktva dhanani cha acharya pitara putran tathaiva cha pitamaha matula sasura putraha shala sambandhinastatha etan nahantumichhami natopi madhusudana api trailokya rajasya eto kim nu mahi krute. Right. Mahadeva. See, as you are listening to this thing, you must put yourself in the position of this hero, protagonist, Arjuna, the main character. Teaching is not just listening, but identifying with what you are listening to. Listening is just not listening, but identifying yourself with the hero and see what he is going through, are you going through. When you identify with this conflict and you discover, hey, I am also going through the same conflict. When your problem becomes identical, the solution also becomes the same way. That is why we are not supposed to be sitting down here and listening to the story of what Arjuna did. That emotion has a name called Arjuna. That body has a name called Arjuna, but it's a universal emotion, universal human conflict. When somebody is afraid of death, don't say, I'm not afraid of death. No, you are. If you delude yourself that you are not afraid of death, it's a different thing. Death does not mean death of the body only. Death of an emotion, death of a relationship, death of a powerful position, a career. So many things can come to an end. Do you get affected? So that is where, as you listen to these things, you must see for yourself. You also are a man of supreme confidence. As a child, as growing youngster, we are yet to come face to face with challenges of life. For a child, life is just a simple, innocent game. You look at our baby hanging around here. What is the problem she has? She simply hangs around like a shadow for everybody. Now she feels like going with you, she goes. Now playing with the dog, play with the dog. Now playing the peacock, peacock. Reporting meaningless nonsense. As you are going down, suddenly, yesterday I was going, he tells me, the peacock is not here. Did I want that information? Simply, that is the child. He told me, he beat me. She is eating me, simply. The child is yet to encounter the emotions of life. No fear, no anxiety, no nothing. Usually, as you grow young, you are very confident. Then what happens? Where do you flip? Suddenly, somewhere, the whole thing flips. Fear, anxiety, pain, everything takes over. Some people get it when they are 16, 20. Some people get it 60, 70, protected ones. Like that boy, Buddha means Siddhartha Gautam. The prince who was so protected in his life that he did not know until the end of the day that there is another world existing beyond the palace walls. Yes, he was kept there. Inside the palace, everything is provided for. He didn't know that another world exists beyond the palace walls. As a story, while listening to a story of the another world, he was telling, such a world, does it exist? Then the storyteller says, yes, Maharaj, it is existing just beyond this wall. So can we go? Nobody can take him without the king's permission. Anyway, they went. And the first day when he sees an old man, he is thoroughly shattered. What is this man? Why everybody is bending down like that? He's an old man. The story goes, next day he sees a diseased man lying down. Next time he sees a dead man being carried. This will happen to me? Yes. Old age, this also will happen to me? Everybody. Then he sees a sannyasi. Who is this fellow? Seems very confident walking about. This man has renounced the world. And he has come. So that also can exist? Yes. That day he wants to go. So until he encountered. Okay. The moment as long as he was protected, he did not know that such things exist in life. Suddenly, one day, somewhere, something happens where all the roles completely flip. All the roles completely flip. You don't know what to do. So this is what happened to Arjuna. Until he was fighting he came to the battlefield, I told you the whole background. And when Krishna says, hey Arjuna, Samavetan Kurun Pasya, please see the assembled enemies. Instead of seeing the assembled enemies, he starts seeing father, fathers-in-law, uncle, maternal uncle, friends, brothers-in-law, grandfather, teacher. Naturally, you cannot fight because all these roles, that I am the father of somebody, son of somebody, student of somebody, grandson of somebody, all these roles completely overwhelm, all these human roles completely overwhelm the professional, the prince in you. As even he is drowned, as a prince is supposed to fight. But now he's completely overwhelmed by all the roles. And therefore suddenly he says, I don't want to fight. Same thing happens in your life. One role completely overtakes all other roles. I was a student, I'm a father, I'm the child of my father, friend of my friend. All these things were going on. Suddenly, one role becomes important. That I love somebody. Take that human relationship, makes it easier. That I love somebody. I love him, I love her. So I want to be with him, I want to marry him, or I want to be with him. Very strong role. And that time, you neglect your studies. Suppose you are a student, you neglect your studies. Why? Because I want to be in the company of the person I love. I completely neglect my studies. If my father says, you are not supposed to do it, he becomes enemy number one. If the mother says, you should not be doing it, she becomes enemy number one. If the friend says, don't neglect your studies, they become the enemy number one. Now, one particular role overtakes every other role. You forget all your duties, responsibilities completely. Any time in life it happens, that is what happens. One role overtakes the other role. And it can be relatively a good role or a bad role. Sometimes to help somebody, you can push yourself into heavy trouble. We shall call it as a good man. Sometimes to satisfy your greed, your personal emptiness, fulfill your personal emptiness, you don't mind the whole world to be sacrificed into that black hole. That can happen. So it can be a good role. Some people they destroy themselves by being overwhelmed by kindness. Some people's cruelty also destroys everything. It can be any role. But the principle is, when any single role becomes dominant, it completely overtakes all other roles. Like suddenly one day you say you are angry. Just think an example. You are very angry. You feel frustrated. But you are also the father of your child, friend of your friend, mother of your child, daughter of your child, daughter of your father, son of your father. So suppose your father calls you, how are you? Shut up. You are taking a responsibility. The office people come and say, sir, what is that particular file has come? Don't talk to me. Right. You are going on the road. Somebody overtakes you on the right way. But you are so angry. How this fellow is talking like that? Because you are angry. The anger has completely overtaken you. So this is known as the prevalence of a mood. One mood overtakes. And as long as that mood lasts, nobody else exists, nothing else exists. Mood means what? A role overtakes the reality. Are you getting that point? A mood means a particular role completely overtaking the reality. And all other roles lose their significance for you. And when you are absolutely objective, okay, my friend told me that, why my mother should be affected by it? Are you getting that? My mother told me something, why should my husband be affected by it? Different roles. Please understand that whole point. The whole understanding is about playing your roles. Role management, thought management, life management, call it anything you like. Ultimately, you should be at home with every thought, every role, everything in life. If as a prince you have to kill somebody, destroy the whole world, that also is possible. Listen carefully. It is not a warmongering. Because you have a responsibility. You don't go to initiate a battle. That is your greed. Greed for an empire. But this is what I have. If somebody wants to destroy it, I have to defend it, protect it. I am not going to destroy your body. But if you try to destroy my body, what shall I do? You can't say kindness means that if he gives you one, they say, no, give one slap, you show me one. What is that? If somebody hits you one cheek, you show the another cheek. If you see that, you may get another one. That is one extreme. When somebody hits you one cheek, show the another cheek, you get another one. Or eye for an eye. What a dangerous. Everybody will be blind. I take your eye, you take my eye. So the whole world is blind. Extremes. The roles must be very clearly seen, where you can appreciate every role as it. That is why moods overtake people. In ignorance, moods overtake. As long as you are overtaken by moods, that long you are under the spell of ignorance. Very clearly you can see. You don't have to go for any other diagnosis to anybody, anywhere. You look at yourself. Does it overtake you? And this is where it has happened to Arjuna. He was a solid personality, the prince of the kingdom, the mighty archer of the time, and he has followed all the rules. Sama, Dana, Veda, Danda, friendship, invoked the brotherhood. After all, we are brothers, let us not fight. Okay, you can't give half of the kingdom, give 5 villages for 5 brothers, that also not possible. Diplomacy also is, that channel also is closed. Krishna they sent, that also didn't work. Inevitably the last resort is danda, punishment. And why should he do that? Because he is the prince of the kingdom, understand? He is the prince, he is the king. This is where comes the conflict between the king that I am and the father and the brother or the son that I am. One role, your professional role here, is overtaken by the personal roles. There are 2 types of why. I mean, when I say 2 means, don't say I say 2 and the last one. You can think of yourself. You don't worry. Under the circumstances, certain times professional roles are overtaken by personal roles. For many people, personal roles are overtaken by professional role. You can see in life, somebody is such a father that he neglects all his professional duties. Or a father or a husband or a wife or something, personal relationship. So infatuated with a man or woman, so infatuated with the family, so infatuated with certain thing, that professional role is forgotten. Some people take the professional role so seriously, personal roles are sacrificed. To be an officer, he doesn't mind father being neglected, mother being neglected, wife being neglected, husband being neglected. In both the cases, understand, in both the cases, you are escaping into a role. Understand? You are escaping into a role because you don't want to play the role of a father or a mother or a husband or wife. That is why some people take a refuge in the workaholic situation of an office. Some other people take a refuge in a human relationship, shrugging off all the responsibilities. Who is better? Both are stupid. But if your but if your role is that of a prince, now there is no comparison, because if you neglect that role, the entire kingdom is going to be affected. Are you getting that? If you neglect your son, only one child is affected. Neglect your wife, one family is affected. But if you neglect the role of the king or the prince, what will happen? The whole kingdom is affected. That is where you have to see the difference between the two, balancing it out. For the sake of the kingdom, I won't sacrifice my husband or wife or my child. At the same time, for the sake of the husband and wife and child, I cannot give up the whole kingdom. So this is where the objectivity goes away for people. One role overtakes the other. Here, in case of Arjuna, the professional, his role as a prince is compromised by the invoking the roles of this, that I am son of somebody so and so, grandson of Bhishma, student of Drona, friend of the friend. Now this personal aspect of life has come over. And therefore, he is now ready to sacrifice his greater responsibility in life, that he is the prince of the kingdom. Are you getting that point, please? Do you see that? This all happens in you. And when it happens, this is what the lakshanas, these are the signs of your depression, psychosis, what the modern language will say. You feel depressed. What he says? The same person who was telling, put my chariot in between. I want to see the guys who are going to fight with me. Whew, image of confidence. Now himself says, what he says? Oh Lord. Very, very difficult. Drushtvaimam sujanam Krishna. Seeing my own people. He asked him to see the enemy. Now he's seeing his own people. And what are they? Father, like parents, like people, grandparents, teachers, brothers, relatives, uncles, maternal uncles. When I seeing them, now I have to kill. Now who has to kill? Listen carefully. Who has to kill? If he thinks the enemy is going to kill the enemy, there will be no problem. But now brother is going to kill the brother. Can a brother kill a brother? Think. That is, until you see the enemy, you can't fight with your brother. And once you start suspecting the enemy, you will be no more brotherly. That is why one little doubt, one little thought finishes you completely. The moment a thought comes, I don't think that fellow cares for me. Finished. Thereafter all your behavior will be different. Just like you have one thought, I think this person has stolen something from my room. Just an idea. You lost a simple, maybe a purse. There are only 20 rupees. But it has gone into your head, this boy has taken this or this girl has taken. Finished. After that, whatever the other person does, you are not, whatever the other person does, you shall never ever accept it. You will always be suspicious. She has only taken. He has only taken. It's like in a relationship, in a personal relationship, you are jealous of a husband or jealous of a wife, jealous of somebody, and you are suspecting, suspicious. Oh, she is going somewhere. Then what will happen? The moment she goes somewhere, keeping a date. The moment he is going somewhere, the fellow has an appointment. Your own mind, you understand? It's not that the God is pushing that idea into your head. You pick up one little thought, finished. Thereafter, your entire interpretation will be from that thought. That is where you lose the objectivity, completely lose the objectivity. The person doesn't like me, That's suppose you have got that idea. This person doesn't like me. So as you are walking down, maybe he overtakes you. See how he pushed me and went? He simply went. He has absolutely no idea that you are going. But you thinking, see, he pushed me and went. Okay. Innocently talking to somebody. See, I don't like that fellow. It's deliberately talking to him so that he can tease me. Just think. Anything. You come and sit down, innocently you are sitting down in front. You come and sit down there. Now, see, just like deliberately coming sitting in front of me so I can see anything. Ayyo. One thought. Understand? One thought. Same thought in another way, in the ordinary language they will call it negative thought. What is your positive thought now means? Oh, I love somebody. Love somebody means what? Whatever the person does is right. He may be inconveniencing you, but whatever the person does is right. Because I like him. Because I like her. So if you sit down in front of it, see, he wants to be close to me. Anything. Suppose you interpret that way. Suppose the person smiles. He's now smiling. Right. Right. He may be smiling because he saw something funny. But you think, I think he's smiling at me only. Right. While going somebody, just walking down somewhere, maybe just halted for a second. How are you? He really cares, you know. He really cares. Ayo. Your interpretation, please. See, this is what you see for yourself. Recognize. It's not a listening to Mahabharata story. You place yourself there. How does it happen that one role completely overtakes the other? All other roles, complete. And that is the time all your resolve, determination, confidence, everything is shattered. One thought. Average people, what they do is to bring you back, they invoke another role. So that becomes a temporary solution. Temporary solution. That is where psychologically what they do is, they remind you of another good role. So you forget one statement, take the other statement. Forget one role, take the other role. Hey, you are a nice man, how can you behave like that? You are the son of your father. You are the daughter of your mummy. You are so nice, your family is so good. So reminds you, then you don't behave that way. The problem is solved. Problem is solved or postponed? By reminding you something nice, the last thing is postponed. Last thing is kept in somewhere, hidden for some time. The problem is not solved because again it will begin. Why? Because it is not the problem of one role and the another role. It is problem of your not knowing about yourself and accepting yourself as one particular role. So as long as you are identifying with one role or the other roles will be. The moment you accept one role or the other, you shall have you shall keep the harmful potential, you can keep the harmful nature of the other thoughts in potential. What will happen is, other thoughts are just kept there for some time. Other roles are kept away for some time. Now you are playing this role, just like a child. The child is crying for the balloon. That's the best example. The child is crying for the balloon. When the child is crying for the balloon, you don't have a balloon. So what do? You bring a flower. So this bright flower, baby, look at it, he looks at the color, finished. Now he is playing with this. So by allowing him to play with the flower, have you solved the problem of the balloon? Just wait until he is tired of the flower and he will go back to the balloon. Grown-up babies are played like that. They are also playing like that. One role is tired, you pick up the another role. One role is tired. Like suppose you are, that is why, in a personal relationship, you exactly do the same thing. So a personal relationship, you are with a man or woman. Just think, you are with a man or woman. You like that man or you like that woman, some relationship. Then what happens? Suddenly you discover he is very arrogant. Just take an example. He is very arrogant. He pretends as though he is the gift of the God to you. Or she behaves as though she is the gift of God to you. You can't take it. At the same time, you can't live without it. So what do? You wait until the another flower comes. Now when you get involved with somebody else, now you can show the thumb to the fellow. That, oh, you are not the only one. Go. What happened? I have got my flower, you can keep your balloon. Exact like that, childish nature. I have got this person, I don't need you. The people who can do it successfully, what will do that? Oh, he knows how to manage his life. The person who cannot do it, why? Is stuck with one memory, finished. What do you say? Poor thing. You understand the play of thought? One thought. So giving one thought just giving one thought and thereby distracting the personality is not solving the problem. That is why all these are temporary solutions. Total temporary solution. You escape into something. That is why even religion becomes another temporary solution. Fed up with the secular world, indulgence, now I am courting austerity. So being married to the austerity, indulgence can be thrown out. Now I am indulging in austerity. You understand the language? Now I am indulging in austerity. So I say, I don't need any austerity. I don't need any indulgence anymore. But what are you doing? You are indulging only in austerity. Previously you were indulging in indulgence. Now you are indulging in austerity. Because you can tell everybody, I don't eat garlic. I don't eat onion also. I don't look at a man or woman. I don't read newspaper. I only close my eyes and look at my own thoughts all the time. Go mad inside, but doesn't matter. Why? Because I have decided to be like that. Think. You have no time for the world. Previously, when you are with the world, you had no time for yourself. Now which is better? Previously, you have no time for yourself. Now you have no time for the world. Which one is better? Both are stupid. You can't live without the world, nor can you live without being yourself. So that is where changing, are you getting that point? Changing one role for the other is not solving the problem. That is why when you are given a new role, new religion, new faith, new discipline, new practice, new engagement, you can feel very comfortable for some time. But as even you have got bored with many things in life, very soon you shall get bored with that also. Observe, please see it. You shall very soon get bored with any role. In the beginning it shall be very exciting. Why? Appa, what a relief. I have gone away from my home. No more husband, no more wife, no more child, no more friends, no more this place, no more this society. Appa, happy. I'm now very happy. Happy about what? Happy about yourself or happy about not being with others? Are you getting that? When you are not being with others, it's a great relief. Because I was so tired of being with everybody. So now when everybody is gone, Abba, Nimmadi. What a relief. How long? When you start building new life, new relationship in the place where you have come back to. So you come away from there, now then what happens? Call it isolation, call it ashram, need not be human relationship. My stone, why are they sitting there? My hutment, how can they come near my hutment? My tree, every day I come and sit down 4 o'clock. When I have come this time, fellow is sitting there under my tree. Why? Because the individuality is not gone. Are you getting that point, please? That is why appreciate the point. Here, this first chapter is so beautiful because you shall see this transition. Arjuna, the prince, now completely overwhelmed by Arjuna, the person. And therefore he says, now what does he say? Hayo tan samikhyakam de sarva. So he completely, I will be looking at his own people, he says, Gandivam sanjay, my weapon, the bow is falling apart. Tvakchaiva paridayate, my body is burning. Bhramati vacha manaha, my mind is reeling. I can't even sit down steady. Nimittani chapasyami, I see only inauspicious things. This will happen, everybody will die, whole kingdom will go. Nacha sreya anupasyami, I don't see anything good coming out of this battle, O Lord. Nakangshe vijayam Krishna. So suddenly so much overwhelmed by this grief, what he says? Nakangshe vijayam Krishna. I do not want this victory. Now, think, will a prince not want the victory? When you say, I don't want the victory, who is talking? Warrior or the father? Or a friend? A human relationship. Now take it. Human relationship, professional relationship. Take that way, it is very nice. Because human relationship, how many? Hundreds. Human relationship are hundreds. Son of my father, mother of my child, daughter of my father, daughter of my mother, friend of my friend, lover of my beloved, past lover of my past beloved, present lover, last beloved. You understand? Memories, 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 memories. Anything can come up. So many memories. Personal relationship is a huge thing inside you. Professional relationship, one. Professional role is one. Personal relationship, so many. Understand? Which one is better? There is no better. Please understand that point very clearly. There is no better role. Role is a role. There is no good role, bad role. Role is a role. Do you understand that point? A role is a role. Ordinary people consider good role, bad role. Yesterday I was telling you, Krishna, when he was asked to sit down in front of chariot holding the rein of the horses, he did not say, I'm the Lord of the universe, running the whole mega show. Now you are asking me to drive those 5 horses? Am I stupid? No. There is no good role, bad role. There is no small role, big role. Flexible person. You understand? It's like, remember that example I was giving while talking about, all these things I don't have to say again and again I was giving. Just think of it, like a coconut. Do you remember that example? Coconut. When the coconut is floating in the water, which side it floats? All sides. A coconut floats all sides. Mighty ocean cannot drown it. A 1,000,000-ton tanker floats on one side. Boom. The coconut can hit the iceberg. Nothing will happen. It will go around. Nothing can drown a coconut because it floats on all sides. Nothing can drown an individual who floats on all sides. If you have a side, you get a hit. Whatever side is exposed, that side will be hit. In other words, if you are feeling hit, that is the side you are exposing. If you are feeling hit, are you getting that? If you are feeling hit by a missile of what? Word, relationship, statement, anything that hits you, that is the side you are exposed to, exposing. And you are considering that to be yourself. If you are like not like a potato, you are like a coconut, floating from all sides. When you float from all sides, you are no more heat, no more drowning. Absolutely floating all the time. Just think of it. So a role is something, a role is a role. Better role, smaller, ordinary role, bigger role, smaller role, every role is fine. How you play the role that matters. How you play the roles, that matters. Please understand. Listen carefully. In a role playing, nobody gets affected. A hero is beautiful, villain also is nice, makes the drama a drama. But don't make a human life a drama. Now suddenly say, I am the villain. My role is to torture everybody. You can't do that. That is the problem. You can't assume the role of a villain torturing everybody. You have to be extremely careful. Arjuna fighting the battle is different from Duryodhana fighting the battle. Duryodhana is a villain because he is not granting, sharing what is legitimate to them. If Arjuna is fighting, it is demanding his legitimate share. So both are fighting, but one is a villain, other is a hero. You understand? Please appreciate that. In life's game, you can't say, I'm playing the villain. My role is playing villain. I have to disturb everybody. Huh? Then you have to be wiped out, just like a parasite, like a germ, like a bad virus. What do you do with the bad virus? Now another virus is coming now. That pig flu. God. Now the newspaper, they are putting pig flu coming from Mexico. In America it is going, or in New Zealand, 7, 8 children have got. If it's a new flu, if it comes, one day the bacteria can take over the world. Imagine. Suppose there is no medicine, the plague will be killing everybody out. If there is no medicine, leprosy will be killing everybody out. Cholera will be killing everybody out. So this is where the religious person should go develop some sensibility. That just because I am praying now everything shall be all right. No. Both must be taken care. If the human intelligence is not properly used, the bacteria will take over. And you will be dead. Where are we? Don't say I'm immortal, absolute. It's very good, you are immortal, absolute, but that does not mean anything for the mortality. Body also must be lived. Life must be lived. You can't be idealistic, please. Everything has to be taken care. Anyway, so role when you are playing, no role is good or bad. A role is a role. It must be played. There is no small role, big role. Okay, instead of telling good, bad, you can say there is no small role or a big role. I am playing a role. Why? Because in one arrangement, I am in a big role. In another arrangement, I am in a small role. Are you getting that point? Now suppose, think, you are a musician. So when it comes to music, you are in a big role. Because you are a singer, you will be in the dais. But suppose now they are playing football, can you say I was also in the field? Why? Because I was in the field when I was in the dais when I was a singer. So now that he is playing football, how can I be in the dais? I mean in the stadium, I must be in the But are you a player? I am not a player, but I am used to sitting down always in the center. So this is where people go nuts. This important person is a very important person, VIP. VIP means what? Under all circumstances, they must be in the center, even if they are not wanted. It's terrible. In one arrangement, I may be in the center. In another arrangement, I am in the side. In another arrangement, I am in the middle. Whatever may be the arrangement, I may be in different places. And you shall be comfortable in every place when you are sure of yourself. When you are not sure of yourself, every time you want the VIP. I must be in the front bench. Okay, if you are in the front, when the battle is raging, why don't you be in the front, go and fight the battle? No, in the battle time, I will be in the background. When it's fighting, I will be in the background. Food line, front. That is your convenience. Think, please. Both roles must be played. So here, this is what is happening. Arjuna, the professional, is completely overtaken by the personal. Like, listen, you come with all flourish. Now I want to understand about myself. Now my life is a student of brahmachari. I am taken to this life of keeping myself away from everybody. Then I shall think about myself. Now I will be engaging myself in the study of my nature. Then, one day somebody says, you are eating too much. I am going. Why? He is talking about my eating. Hey, but you are supposed to, why did you come here? To get rid of all the roles and be myself. So when he is talking about the role that you are a heavy eater, why are you getting affected? He is telling me I am fat, I am thin, or I am doing this, or I am doing that. Does it matter? But one role, are you getting that point? One role, one statement can completely taken out. Because when you come, you have told everybody, I am going to ashram, I am going to study, I am going to be, liberated now, here and now. Huh? Announce the whole world and come. Then you sit down here, then somebody tells you, so you have announced the battle. I am going to fight the whole world out, the whole creation, ignorance. You just take that imagery, Arjuna fighting it out. I am going to fight, destroy them all. I want to see myself who I am. I have come here. Then the next thought, then you see somebody, your relatives. Who are your relatives? Food habit. Sound like I like, touch that I love, sight that I adore, taste, of course, I love and adore, smell that I think, these are the relatives. When you see these relatives in one side, you have to kill them in order to get this kingdom of yourself. Nagang Vijayam Krishna. I don't want to know myself because I don't want to kill my sound and touch and taste and smell. I am going. You understand the example? It's exactly that is happening. My relatives, I have lived with them for a long time. I have been touching, tasting, smelling, seeing, being pampered, being given importance, and that's what makes my life so beautiful. Now I want to get this kingdom of myself. Oh, Nagang Vijayam Krishna. And if I have to get that, I have to kill them all. Now suppose I tell you, you don't have to kill them all. Don't worry about killing them all. You kill yourself, everything will be fine. That is the knowledge. You don't have to kill your memories. You don't have to kill your body. You don't have to destroy your sense organs. You don't have to remove this man, that woman, that thing, this thing, nothing. You have to remove only one thing. What is that? Know about yourself so that you can play the roles of all kinds. That is why when you say, I don't want this, okay, you are tired now. Chant this mantra, sing these things. Don't worry about that. What will happen? Now you are taking me away from my obsession with a sound or a touch, but creating a new obsession with another thought or a practice. This is where you are sidetracked. Your attention is diverted. Problem is not solved. Krishna will manage, will handle both now. We'll see that. Okay? So, do you understand the situation? So, this is what it is. Every person goes through that life. Ask yourself a question. Are you a victim of a role? Ask yourself. Ask yourself the question and see it. That is why you must see the picture. If you don't see the picture, it's Arjuna's problem, Arjuna's solution. Now you are always stupid. Then you can never laugh in life. You must see. It's not Arjuna's problem. Have I ever fallen a victim to my own roles? Yes. Appa, you are a good student. If you say, others are only victimizing me, you are still stupid. Don't blame others. Don't blame others. This blame game is the dumbest game. That is why psychology fails. Why? Father syndrome. Father is responsible. Mother is responsible. Everybody else is responsible except this fellow. Society responsible. Yes, they may be responsible, but ultimately when you are a grown-up person, you are responsible. You can't just pass on the buck. As a child, yes, as a child, what you ate, that was not your choice. As a child, what you dress you put on, that is not your choice. Now you are 25-year-old, you are choosing your food, you are choosing your dress, you are choosing your company, and still the parents are in trouble. Huh? Now you choose your company, you choose your dress, you choose your food, you choose everything, and still parents are responsible for you. Can you say? Hey, but they only gave me these things, but so many things they have gave, you have given up. How come you are holding on to few of those things? What all your parents have given you, are you holding on to? Your parents have told you never to smoke. Why are you smoking? Your parents have told you to be very truthful to everybody. You are telling a lot of lies. How come? Your parents told be frugal, don't be spending too much money. Now you are spending too much on yourself or on others. How come? Are you getting that point, please? You must see it clearly. There is a logic for everything. You can always play devil's advocate and destroy yourself. Especially when it comes to your own personality, own weakness, you can always so beautifully compromise and justify that everybody else is responsible. No. You must know you are responsible. They have given many things, but have chosen. If you have chosen, make the ultimate choice. Make the ultimate choice. Who is this I who is deciding all the roles? Okay? Now, anyway. Now again Arjuna says that, Nakangsha Vijayam Krishna, I don't want any victory. Now who is that fellow? Brother. You know, the human relationship. Nacha Rajyam. Somebody says, oh, you don't want to fight the battle, but you want the kingdom? That also I don't want. You don't want the kingdom, but you want the happiness out of the kingdom? Naja Sukham. Neither the happiness from that. Why? Kimno Rajyena Govinda. Na he Govinda. Naha Rajyena Kim. For us, what is there in a kingdom? Why? Because he remembers, we lived without this kingdom for 12 years in the forest. If we could live 12 years, we shall live another few years. This is the good fellow. Good person means always withdrawing. You can see in life, good people always withdraw. The bad people are always aggressive. Anywhere you can see it in life, anywhere. In your college, if you have seen, when you were studying, it happened everywhere, it will be happening. There will be 4,000 students in the college. 40 idiots will decide there will be no class, and there will be no class. 3,960 will go in their own way. Why? Good fellows. The good fellows are never organized. Bad people are heavily organized. That is why few terrorists hold the entire country into ransom. Few Naxals or Maoists, call it Maoist, Naxalites or whatever, few criminals, bandits, call it mafia. They hold the entire world into ransom. Tell me, how many criminals are there, how many good people are there? In a country, even if there are 4%, let us say in a country 10%, let us say 10% criminals. No country has 10% criminals. Suppose you take 10% criminals. How many are not criminals? 90%. How come 10% hold 90% into ransom? Because good person takes care of himself. They don't take care in a group. Good person always, oh, I'll take care of myself. No problem. Just think of it. We are running a school. Just I'm giving an example, practical example of life. We are running a school. Our schools are absolutely non-profit. Non-profit means non-profit. Not a paisa we get out of it. Everything is given, people give, we spend, complete. Not one paisa is made out of it. Total non-profit. 90%, 95% parents understand it. They want to do whatever they want to do. And they can give also a little more towards it. 5%. They are not willing to give. They are not willing to share anything. So they don't want to give, therefore they insist the others won't give. So these 5% will stand there and shout. But 95% parents will not come forward. Why? They are afraid. If they come and tell something, these 5% more organized can affect them. Organized crime. That is why even religion also, organized religion is like organized crime. Because they're so well organized, you cannot fight it out. Understand? But time has come for that, where the good also must be organized. That is where a king, understand, a king becomes the head of this goodness. He brings everybody together. That is why a leader, an ideal leader, he brings everybody together, everybody's interest together. That is, if a king surrenders to ordinary force, what will happen? It's like an elected government leader being forced by the mafia, being forced by the criminal gang to do their diktat. The whole kingdom will be destroyed. It will not function. That is why here the Krishna's responsibility to bring back the prince in Arjuna. Because now the prince is gone. Prince is now somewhere gone. The king is gone. Now the father is talking, brother is talking. I don't want kim bhoge jibite nava. What is there in bhoga, in enjoyments of life, jivite nava, even in living, I don't want to live. Why? Yesamarthe kankshito naha, rajyam bhoga sukhanicha. Yesamarthe, for whose sake we want this kingdom, rajya, bhoga, pleasures, sukhani, all the happiness in this world. Those are the people, te avasthita yuddhe. They are the ones assembled here in this battle. Prananastyakva dhananicha. They have given up their life, they have given up their wealth. Because once they come here, to win, you have to kill everybody. Until the person is alive, he is not defeated. Those are the battles those days. No surrender. You fight the battle. So, he says, Pranan Stakta Dhananicha. They have all assembled there. And who are they? Acharyaha, the teachers, Pitaraha, fathers, Putraha, children, Pitamaha, grandfathers, Matulaha, maternal uncles, Swasuraha, fathers-in-law, Pautra, grandchildren, Syala, brothers-in-law, Sambandhina. Sambandhi means my daughter married to his son, my son daughter, that is Sambandhi. And all very relative people, relatives, all these. Hey, Krishna, what he says? Etan hantumichhami. Listen carefully to the statement. I don't want to kill all these people. Who is talking? Definitely not the prince. Acharya, student, doesn't want to kill the teacher. Son doesn't want to kill the father. The father in me don't want to kill the son. Because Duryodhana's children is like my children. Okay? Pitamaha, the Bhishma Pitama, the grandfather. The grandson doesn't want to kill the grandfather. Matulaha, the uncle and nephew. Nephew doesn't want to kill the uncle. The father-in-law, the son-in-law doesn't want to kill the father-in-law. The grandson in me doesn't want to kill the grandfather. The grandfather in me doesn't want to kill the grandson. Because whole generations of people are there. You see the conflict in roles? Where is the prince? Where is that boy who was coming in? Ratham sthapayam achyuta. Put the chariot in between the two armies. You understand? The first chapter, if you don't understand, second chapter you will not understand. So you can't neglect first chapter, because first chapter is the presentation of the whole problem as it is. The shifting takes place from one role to another role. I don't want. It's just like in your life. You have been living in a particular life. You are living a life of what? Seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling, creating money, creating securities in life, getting married, getting these things, fine. Then one day you are tired. Then you have to come and claim the land of absolute, the kingdom of absolute peace, liberation, freedom, here and now. Because that is your natural kingdom. So the individuality now wants to come back to this kingdom. And when he comes to get this kingdom, suddenly these Duryodhana 100 forces come up. What is that? Old habits, sight, sensation of sound, touch, taste, smell, everything. So when they are coming up, now you say, you have to kill them all to be yourself. I say, I don't want to kill. Because I have a weakness for my memories. Are you getting that point, please? I have a weakness for my memories. I don't want these things to go. These things can wait. Let me go and have little more ice cream and come back. These things can wait. Let me go hang around for 2-3 more places and come back. These things can wait. Another man or woman, let me come back. These things can wait. Take up a job. Everything can wait. Why? I'm not prepared. The individual, are you getting that? How the battle goes on inside. I don't want to fight the battle. So who is talking now? All these roles in him. The son, the father, the mother, the uncle, the friend, everything. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. Hey, but you are the prince. Huh? I don't want to fight. I don't want the kingdom. I don't want to kill these people. Etanna hantumichhami. Oh Lord, I don't want to kill these people. Gnatopi Madhusudan. Even if I am killed, I don't want to kill. Please tell me. This is where your beautiful question comes now. You remember Tattvabodha lecture? I hope you remember. When you say you love something, you love something or love yourself? You love yourself. You remember that example? Now when he says, I don't want to kill them, think, just take this statement and think over. When he says, I don't want to kill them, why? Is it because of the compassion or because he can't live with the guilt? Which one is right? He cannot live with the guilt for the rest of his life. I killed my son, I killed my brother, I killed my father, I killed my uncle, I killed my teachers. This is a huge guilt inside. Are you getting that? He cannot take it. Think. Recently, when a terrorist was nabbed, in India, a terrorist was nabbed, and his mother was interviewed by the press. He said, what do you think? He said, that one is not my son. You can do whatever you want to do that criminal. The one I gave birth is not that one. I did not teach him to kill people. I did not teach him to do anything. He's not my son. So are you not affected by it? He said, no. Just imagine the simple wisdom of a single simple mother. You are not killing my son. You are killing the criminal. Are you getting that point, please? My son is alive with me forever. Do you understand that point? It's like people, the moment these terrorists will go and hide in a religious place, And then you say, religious place should not be bombarded. The moment criminals hide, it becomes a jail. It becomes a criminal's hideout. It is no more a religious place. When your body is overtaken by the virus, are we dissecting a healthy body or cutting up an unhealthy body? Where is that objectivity? So the criminals can play double game. Whenever they want, it is religious place. Whenever they don't want, they can bombard it. Wonderful. The same terrorist bombards the religious place. But when they want to have a hideout, they want to go there, so that no other person should kill at a religious place. What is the logic? You could throw a bomb there, then why can't you be bombarded in that place? You understand the logic of it? Please see that. So if you say, are you killing your father there? Are you killing your brothers there? No. The case has to be established. That is why you see it very clearly. Pandavas, Kauravas. They are no more brothers. Now they are, one is a legitimate shareholder demanding the legitimate share. Half of the kingdom, or the kingdom is at stake. People are at stake. Dharma is at stake. That is why Dharma Yuddha. So Krishna is now, what will he do? He will remind him of his role, so that he becomes a successful warrior. Protecting the kingdom, protecting the dharma, not indulging in killing. Are you getting that? That is why there is a huge difference. If you don't understand this, how can Krishna say fight the battle? Hey, what type of battle? How can Krishna say kill the battle? What type of killing? Understand, please. Somebody has to do it, no? This is why it is, your thinking must be so sharp. A hangman in a jail, a hangman, there is in every jail there will be hangman. It is their job to hang people. In every, the executioners, hangman. The hangman will hang a man because that man hanged another man. But the hangman is not hanged for hanging a man. Do you get hang of it? Yes. The hangman is not hanged for hanging a man who in turn hanged a man. But the hangman is not hanged. Do you get the hang of it? You get. Why? He is playing a role. Somebody has to do it. It's not a good job, but somebody has to do it. There is a judge, has to give a capital punishment. Is he held responsible? But a judge is targeted by mafia. The mafia will not mend its ways, but they will try to destroy everybody who try to mend their ways. Now suppose everybody falls for it, what will happen? Please. That is why you can't just blanket dismissal that any action by itself is good or bad. You can't. You have to take into account Desha, Kala, Patra, who does, at what circumstances, when, why, where, all these things. Desha, what place, Kala, what time, Patra, who is doing it. Then only you shall say it is good or bad. Simply you cannot say, you can't say, if the country is killing, mafia is killing, what is the difference? It's a huge difference, don't worry about it. A hangman is hanging and a criminal is hanging somebody. There's a huge difference. Action is hanging, but there's a huge difference. So please, so now, When he sees that, he says, I don't want to fight. Not only that. So, Apitra, even for the whole three kingdoms, I don't want to fight. What to talk about for this earth? For the heaven, earth, everything also, I don't want to kill these people. What to talk of this kingdom? I don't want to fight. Why is it so? Just read, we shall see in the evening. Nihatyadhartha rashtrannah ka pritisya janardana papamevasrayed asman atvaitanatatayinah tasman naravayam hantum dhartarashtran svabandhavan swajanam hi katham hatva sukhina syama madhava. We shall see in the afternoon, same thing. He goes on. Now Krishna has allowed him to talk. That is why we shall see. As he goes on talking, then he shall be pushing himself into a mess. He'll putting himself into the noose where he shall know what a mistake I am committing. That is why when you allow the person to talk, it becomes easier for you to point out his mistakes. Let him talk. If you point out the mistake, the fellow will not understand. As he talks, he himself points out his mistakes. That is why learning to listen to somebody is such a big thing. Just to listen. Somebody has to come to you for solving any solution. Just be a good listener. Let him talk. What is. In the process, the person himself will find the solutions. We'll see that. Anyway, so here, please observe that. Close your eyes, please. So ask yourself a question. Do you fall a victim of a role? An emotion, a thought, an idea, a sensation, an object, be that sound, sight, touch, taste or a smell. The moment you fall a victim to a thought, your sanity is sacrificed, with all other roles are as though hiding. You are so obsessed with an emotion, a thought. Your own sanity takes leave. Solving the problem is not assuming another role, but being yourself, who you are.